Hello everyone, Tamari here, the story reader for Spy Studios. I'm thrilled to announce that I'll be reading my first story today. It's called Sweet Innocence, and it's part of the Gifted Ark series, written by Cameron King. It's a diary-style novel with mystery and romance that's sure to keep you on the edge of your seat. And the best part? You can follow along as I read it on YouTube, or you can go to Wattpad.com to read the full story yourself. I'll be starting the reading in just a moment, so get ready to dive into the world of Sweet Innocence. Part 1, Blank Slate. The 12th of April, 1797. Well, my name is Roman Klosky, and I finally annoyed my family enough that they bought me a diary. When I say family, I mean everyone. They said that I could write about anything that goes on in my life. But who can blame me? I mean, we ended up moving to a very small town in the middle of nowhere. Why? Because they wanted to live simple lives and didn't want to listen to all the noise and drama in the city. Living in the city was the best. There was always something you never did before. Lots of people and also cute girls. I can't believe we had to move away. It's like they didn't want to hear what I had to say about it. Wherever they go, I go apparently. But it's not just me. I have a little brother, 7, and an older sister, 17, with me being the middle child, 12. I don't feel comfortable writing in a diary. Don't girls usually do this sort of thing? Well, I've written this far. Maybe it will grow on me sooner or later. We just finished unpacking our stuff, and everyone is starting to hit the hay. I might as well myself, since I will be starting school here tomorrow. The 13th of April, 1797. School time. Trust me, I'm not excited. I was the first to wake up, surprisingly. Usually, that's my sister. She would always be up before everyone, including our parents, saying that she could not wait to learn something new. That's what she told our parents. But I know that she just wants to see her friends. It's not like she gets good grades, so I'm sure my parents know the real reason she's active in the morning. Maybe I should timestamp my entries, so I know what time things happened. I'll make sure to add it on the next one. The 13th of April, 1797, 6:30. I just asked my mother if I could bring my diary to school. Of course she said no, but I'm bringing it anyway. She said that bringing it will cause a distraction and keep me from my studies. God, it's not like I'm going to pull it out in the middle of class. I'm not that willing to get my diary taken up, or even let others know I have one, because I still don't know if it's cool for a boy to have one. When dozens of people laugh at you, it'll feel like walls are caving in. Believe me, I learned that the hard way. The 13th of April, 1797, 6:42. This is going to be short, since we're now walking to the school with our sister guiding us. I think that her and Mother went out to get herself familiar with the town one day. It looks like she knows what she's doing, so I shouldn't be worried. Man, it's hard to write and walk at the same time. The 13th of April, 1797, 7:03. It sure took us long enough, but we finally made it. The building is very tall and well kept. The town itself looks very old and worn out, so it's surprising to see the school in this shape. First, we have to sign some paperwork in the office, and we should be able to go to our classes. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that the school itself is massive enough for all of us to attend. Even though our age gap is large, the school is able to hold our grades in one building. That's pretty cool, so we can hang out at lunchtime. Wait, no, we can't do that. This is our first day. We have to be open and make friends today. We actually made up a challenge. Whoever can make the most friends by the end of the day can eat the other's dessert after dinner. After the prize was mentioned, everything just got real. The 13th of April, 1797, 11:45, lunch period, is now the best time of the day, next to nighttime. I didn't actually work today in the classroom yet. Maybe because it was my first time in school, so I had to just watch. There were 22 kids in the classroom that were evenly divided between boys and girls until I came along. There's actually a lot of cute girls there. Really, I didn't think it would be possible in a small town like this. Right now, I'm sitting alone. I was sure that the students would come to me and talk. I mean, they couldn't be getting transfers left and right out here. So I thought they would be crawling all over me by now. This may be harder than I thought. The food is pretty good, and the chefs are very nice. The inside is just as well kept as the outside. Why does this building look so much better than the town itself? I have to go now. Everyone is looking at me kind of strange since I'm in a weird position. I'm trying to write in my diary, but I'm covering it with my body until I'm sure they must not know. The 13th of April, 1797, 12:15. Guess what? I was just going to leave when I spotted my brother and sister at 2 different places with around 3 others talking and laughing. What in the world did they do? Did they hypnotize them or something? Or maybe even threaten them? How did they manage that? No, I'm not losing like this. Since the teachers revolve around while we just stay in the classroom, I will have plenty of time to make friends. I need to get my head in the game. The 13th of April, 1797, 1:56. I just asked my teacher for a bathroom break. It's not like I'm doing anything in there anyway. I don't have to go. It's just that something crazy just happened to me. Okay. I was just paying attention to the teacher, minding my own business, when a girl tapped me on the shoulder from behind. I sit all the way in the back, but I'm like the second from the back, with a girl sitting behind me. I turned my head and laid eyes on a beautiful girl. She had long black hair with a mole on her left cheek. God, she was so pretty. But anyway, she asked me what the words said on the chalkboard. Clearly, she couldn't see that far. Without any hesitation, I told her what it was. And she said, "Oh, thank you." Oh, my heart was about to fall out. She has one of the sweetest voices I've ever heard, like a voice box from a goddess. A few minutes later, we had a 5-minute break since the teachers were revolving again. I don't know how I did it, but I gave up my seat for her so she can be a little closer to the front. She accepted, and we swapped places. After the next teacher came in, she looked back and said, "Thank you," in the softest voice. She is so adorable. I can't believe this happened. Now that I think about it, my brother and my sister all had the same sex friends. I think I just made a friend with a girl, so I think this will put me ahead. About 5 friends or so. I've been in here too long. I need to leave now. Wait, It looks like I have to go, after all. The 13th of April, 1797, 3:34. This is going to be another short one. It turns out that we have something called a class group walkout. That's when your class walks to everyone's house like a trip or something, with the teachers leading the class, obviously. Once a kid arrives at his or her house, we all say, "See you tomorrow." We didn't have something like this in the city. This is actually pretty neat. The 13th of April, 1797, 4:20. I made it home, and they all told me, "See you tomorrow." I won't lie, it made me blush a little. That was probably the first time anyone said something to me. It seems like I'm the only one who made it home first. My mother and father must be at their new jobs in town. It's nothing fancy. They just make pottery with designs and sell them. The details are crazy cool, though. And I love every one of them. My brother and sister are probably still on their way home. They may have a bunch of kids in front of them in their class groups. After my parents come home, I need to ask them for some more pencils. I only have one, and I wore it out pretty quickly. It might be hard finding some since they just came out 2 years ago, and I doubt this place has some. I'm glad they invented the pencil, because it would be quite hard to hide the fact that I'm writing in a diary with a large bird feather hitting my face. The 13th of April, 1797, 5:06. My brother and sister got back a while ago, but that's not why I'm writing this. I totally forgot about something I noticed earlier today. This was very strange. But you know the girl in my class that I gave my seat to? Well, while we were walking in the group, everyone was bunched up together, creating a ball of kids like we were supposed to. But the girl stayed a little ways back. I thought she was sick or something. But when it was her turn to go home, that finally made me go on a loop. We started to walk on the side of the street, just on the outskirts of town. We were approaching another street on the right. When we turned, the girl kept on going straight. I figured she was lost in thought, so I asked her where she was going. And she told me, "I'm going home." I was confused and told her if they knew her house was over there. And she told me that they knew. The kids seemed like they just ignored her. For the others, we usually walk all the way to the front of their house and say, "See you tomorrow." Sometimes we'll even wait until they get inside before continuing. But for her, they didn't even care. I also asked her how long they were treating her like this, and she told me she didn't know. The teacher probably noticed me and called me over to join back with the group. I told her, "See you tomorrow," and started to head back. I walked 2 steps and she said, "Thank you." I looked back and she awoke me with a beautiful smile. I smiled back and joined up with the rest. That was very weird and awful how they're treating this girl. Even the teacher doesn't care. I don't know what's not to like about her. She's very kind and sweet. It would be wild to think that I am her only friend. The 13th of April, 1797, 7:56. We live in a 2-story house, and I called one of the bedrooms upstairs. There's a total of 4, actually, with 2 on the first and 2 on the second. Me and my sister have the top, and my brother has a room to himself on the bottom. Despite that, we all hang out upstairs in my room a lot. They are both in here now on the floor, and I'm laying on the bed writing. Right now, we're just talking about our first day of school. They both seem to love it, since I'm only hearing good things about it so far. I also enjoyed it too. It just wasn't very normal. I just don't understand the girl's situation. Tomorrow, I need to ask her name and make it official. She will be my first friend in this town. Speaking of friends, that's what they are talking about right now. And they're also bringing up the challenge. They claim to have loads of friends, and we will be telling each other at the dinner table. They may think they've won, but they have no idea what I have in store for them. The 13th of April, 1797, 9:52. I'm so full right now, and you know why? That's right. I won the challenge. My sister said she made 3 friends, and my brother said he made 5 friends. I said that I only made 1. At first, they obviously laughed their hearts out, but after I said that that one kid was a girl, they immediately dropped their jaws. They were amazed and gave up their desserts. Man, I love chocolate. The 13th of April, 1797, 11:31. I'm getting sleepy, but I wanted to tell you about my family really quickly. It just didn't seem right calling them mother, father, brother, and sister all the time. Let's start with my mother. Her name is Hannah Klosky, and she is the one who came up with the idea of moving. She has long brown hair that she keeps straight, which is something I love. She really looks gorgeous. My mom is very kind to others, and to us as well. She's an awesome knitter, but loves to do pottery more. I don't know who can top her work. It's simply breathtaking. Every vase and pot in the house were made by her, but my father helped with some too. She works very hard on each piece and is very passionate about it. The bottom line is, she's very talented and loving. I love every part of her. After my father noticed, he just couldn't let the opportunity pass him by. That's it for today. My candle is about to go out, so I'm about to hit the hay. I will probably write an entry for each of my family members one by one, so it won't be too long. I just can't wait for tomorrow and to see that girl again. My next goal is to finally get her name. That's all for the first part of the Sweet Innocence series. I hope you all enjoyed listening to the story as much as I enjoyed reading it to you. The story is full of mystery and romance, and it only gets more intriguing as it goes on, so I can't wait to share the next part with you. But for now, I'd like to take a moment to thank my creator, Mr. Spy, for giving me life and a purpose to read stories to you all. Without him, none of this would be possible, and I couldn't be more grateful to be a part of this amazing project. I hope you all join me for the next chapter of Sweet Innocence, and I hope to see you all back here with me soon. Goodbye for now.